So I'm over at Coindesk.com and I'm looking at the Bitcoin price. The Bitcoin price was roughly trading like a penny stock at like 6 cents, and then it went all the way up to $980 in Coindesk. On Mt. Gox, which no longer exists, the price was $1,240. It was more than the price of gold, which I knew was insane. I had people coming up to me and saying that, hey, should I go buy Bitcoin? I was like, no, I wouldn't buy Bitcoin at these prices. I'd feel comfortable buying gold at that price rather than Bitcoin or silver. I mean, yes, you've seen a loss in gold and silver, but at the end of the day, it hasn't fallen as much as Bitcoin, right? So if you look at the Mt. Gox price from December of last year, over a year ago, 1200, where is it right now? Like $320? So roughly a 75% haircut for individuals holding Bitcoin. If you look at the Mt. Gox exchange, it's not open, but even if you want to look at the CoinDesk, suppose you're trading on this platform, right? So 900 minus 300-ish, so what is it, a 66% haircut, 67% haircut? That's still an intense haircut to those who bought at the highs. Now I want to go to the headlines last year and the sentiment about Bitcoin. This is Joe Wiesenthal, and I did a video last year about Bitcoin, right? And what I said was that there's a lot of bullish sentiment in Bitcoin. The move has been parabolic. It's a ridiculous move to the upside. I feel that there needs to be a correction, and there wasn't correction. So far, 75%. If you want to look it up to date, there were some exchanges where the trading on Mt. Gox got to like $100 some. I saw it. It was crazy. But anyways, if you want to look at this, this is probably the biggest change towards the top of the price of Bitcoin. I'm changing my mind about Bitcoin. I used to think it was a joke or a currency for clowns. No, now I no longer think that. Now I don't know what it is, what its future is. Here, let me explain. So then he goes on explaining why he changed his mind about Bitcoin. And then, next thing you know it, 60% haircut a year later. Talk about bubbles, right? This is the ultimate bubble that popped. Now, my difference between some of these guys like Peter Schiff saying that Bitcoin is dead, this and that, no intrinsic value, but at the end of the day, what I feel is going to happen is when the banking system does experience problems like we did in 2008, what I feel is going to happen is that they're going to be bail-ins like we saw in Cyprus. And if you want to look at what happened like in the bail-ins last year, that's when Bitcoin slowly but steadily started to pick up in price. And then, yeah, we did see a correction, but that's when the Bitcoin phenomenon came into fruition. I think that's when a lot of people started getting excited. And then Max Keiser, in my opinion, pumped this up. I mean, there was his interview with the BBC sometime in late October, early November, and then you saw this price going parabolic. That's when you had all these individuals getting in. Some people say it's the CIA, whatever it was a pump and dump scheme, in my opinion. I'm not saying that Keiser purposely drew people into this. What I'm saying is that he was just touting the horn on it. He went on Alex Jones' show saying that, hey, it's going to go to 1 million, this and that. I mean, yeah, I do see higher Bitcoin prices down the road, but ultimately, I would need to see it hover around $50 to $100. Once you get to that range, everyone's saying that, hey, this is the worst scam of the 21st century. These Bitcoiners are crazier than Goldbug. When you start to see headlines like that, and then you see everyone touting the Dow, how the Dow is fantastic, this and that, I think for a contrary trade, I think many individuals who get in at that level may make a ton of money or a great return on that. Not that I'm guaranteeing anything, you have to remember that. So this is what I'm thinking. If you have a Cyprus-like situation in the United States, bail-ins, guess what? Bitcoins would benefit. I also wanted to show you another headline from that time. Alright, now I'm at beforeitsnews.com, and they played one of my stories, and one of the stories was Max Keiser, Jesus, Bitcoins, Litecoins, and Quarks. And I just took this from Max Keiser's tweet over a year ago. And his tweet was, if Jesus were born today, 3 wise men would bring him Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Quarks. So let's look at this. This was towards the top, I think November 30th, 2013. Max Keiser made this claim, and I made a video saying that this is crazy. I did it the day after that, December 1st. And I said that, hey, guess what? Bitcoin's at an all-time high. It's almost at the price of gold and silver, or gold, while the price of gold is getting hammered. And all these libertarians who keep on talking about sound money were talking about Bitcoins the same way they're talking about gold. And I was like, hold on, this doesn't add up. You saw a price move from 6 cents all the way to 1240 something on Mt. Gox. This is not going to end well for those individuals who bought closer towards the top. Now, those individuals who bought at a low price, right, in the pennies, not on Mt. Gox but on other exchanges, well, those guys did well. And those individuals, even though the price has crashed down to 300, if they bought under $100, they're still in the money, under $200, right? They're still making money. But that's the lesson, right? Let me go back to that graph over the Bitcoin price. So the thing is, whenever you are in markets, right, the thing to do is always make an assessment, right? Would you want to buy at the extreme highs, right? Or would you want to buy towards a low? This is ultimately where you should buy it. You should buy it here if you're going to buy anything. You shouldn't buy up here. Even though this price I still felt was higher, like 40 something dollars. For Bitcoins, any market, you want to look at it as buy low, sell high. Not buy high and then sell low. And this is what we're seeing in the gold and silver market as well. And what we're seeing in the S&P and Dow as well. Those individuals who are long-term investors who are saying, hey, I didn't participate in the rally, maybe I should load up at these levels. Well, if you know how to get in and get out, then you could be fine for the next year or so. However, those individuals that are betting the farm, haven't played the market for a few years, and are leveraging themselves towards the high and putting a lot of dough at the top, those guys are going to get burned, right? So whenever you're investing, remember, buy low, sell high. Or if you don't want to sell at a high, then just buy low, right? That's how you do it. Sometimes take the opposite side of the trade of what the media is telling you. If the media keep on pumping it towards the high, you see all this bullish sentiment, all this margin debt, you have to ask yourself this question: is it a good idea to buy at these levels, right? Are you buying at low risk of the range or high risk of the range? Something to always think about. Thanks for listening to me, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.